What's going on, guys? So I had a chance to catch Beauty and the Beast today in 3D, actually. Which, if you have a chance to see it in 3D, I would highly recommend it because it kind of elevated the experience for me. But I, I gotta admit, from the marketing, I have not been a fan of the marketing whatsoever. But having seen the film, and obviously I grew up with the animated feature film, I gotta say it's a good movie. I'm surprised. It's a good movie. For whatever reason, the trailers, the teasers, the TV spots, I've been like, but the movie is good. It is a good movie. Um, I have some gripes. I mean, for example, as far as the Beast goes, I still just don't like. Where's a good picture of his face? Yeah, the Beast. I still don't care for his face. It just doesn't do it for me. Like for whatever reason, like how the animated version of the Beast looked, I prefer that. Because that version of the Beast when it tried to look innocent or goofy or vulnerable. Or intimidating or scary. It could do all those like effortlessly. With this beast, not so much. Like when it comes to being aggressive or dark, I'm just not really buying it from this version of the beast. Also, the way it looks, like you know those jokes that people always make about Drake, and they're always talking about how Drake is so soft. You know what I mean? Like I feel like with that kind of perspective, that kind of mentality, this is like the softest version of the Beast that they could have thought to go with, cinematically speaking. Like, I feel like there was a much more haunting, eerie, scary, intimidating version of a cinematic Beast, and they decided to just not go with that and to go with like a cuter, softer version, which would be this one. like, I don't know. It's just so weird. Like you remember in Pan's Labyrinth, the fawn. I'm about to bring it up. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. And Pan's Labyrinth, which is Guillermo del Toro, I believe. Um, the the fawn. You know what I'm talking about? Not this fucking thing. It's weird that I'm talking about Pan's Labyrinth right now. But the fawn, this fucking thing right here. Okay, you remember this thing? Whoa, I did not mean for that to zoom in that much. Okay, but this thing right here, right? I felt like this creature, uh, like when it tried to be intimidating or scary, it was light years ahead of the Beast in this Emma Watson Beauty and the Beast film. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, that just bothers me. So, long story short, I really was not digging the look of the Beast. I do like the way that the Beast is introduced into the film. I thought that was done beautifully, actually. The way how he kind of hides in the shadows. Yeah, again, the face. I'm just not feeling it. He doesn't really feel like a just doesn't really feel like a beast in my opinion. But I do love the way that he's introduced into the film. I think I might have some images here. Where's that one image of the dad? Oh yeah, when he's trying to steal that the rose. You know what I'm saying? At the very beginning. Yeah, right here with the father. The way that the beast sort of like kind of like in the film Jaws, like he just kind of eases his way into the film, hiding in the shadows, talking from afar, deep voice. The voice, I thought they did fine. I thought they got that right. But and I think another thing that I didn't particularly like is that this movie almost feels like a borderline shot for shot uh, of the. It's like it feels like a shot for shot remake. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, there's a movie called Funny Games, right? And I saw the original Funny Games, and there's been a recent remake of the original Funny Games, right? So I saw the original Funny Games, and I was like, oh man, I love this movie. I can't wait to see this new version, right? But when I watched the new version, it was like exactly the same as the original. I'm talking about the same shots, the same character movements, almost the same dialogue. It's the same lighting. It was like the exact same film, just done with a new, I don't know, camera system and actors, I suppose. So I was just like, I mean, I can't say the movie's bad, but there wasn't anything new. And like this Beauty and the Beast film, it's very faithful to the original film, which is great. But there's just nothing new, or just something they could have done. Something just a little bit different, in my opinion. Especially since the animated version I thought was executed way better. Which I know probably sounds kind of confusing because the remake and the animated version are so fucking similar, but I still feel like musically, the sense of a grand scale to the story or spectacle, I think the dark moments, like when they're singing, when Gaston is singing that mob song and they storm the castle to kill the beast, and when Gaston is fighting the beast or just beating the hell out of the beast during those sequences, or when the beast has to fight those wolves to save Belle. I felt like those dark moments, or even this moment here. What was another dark moment from both versions of the story? Where's the part where Belle tries to steal that, or well, not steal, but she tries to sneak a peek at the rose? This scene right here. This in the animated version, this was a really dark scene. She's just taking a look at the rose, and then this big ass beast comes out of nowhere. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here!" In the animated version, I was like, "Oh shit!" In the movie version, I was like, I mean, he wasn't really that intimidating. The moment didn't feel that scary. So I thought the dark moments were just handled better in the animated film. And just in general, I think that the animated film was just executed better, personally. Songs sounded better, emotional beats felt like they resonated better or were executed better, blah, blah, blah. But outside of that, again, it's a good fucking movie. First off, positives, my God. The CGI is fantastic in this film. Like this fucking, I think the character's name is Chip. Chip and his mother, I swear to God, I swear they are like photorealistic, or like at least as close to photorealistic as you could plausibly get. I mean, this fucking teacup and his mother look real. Like they looked like they were like literally in the shot. Like there's one sequence where the mother was on some kind of trolley cart or something, and just the way that the lights were reflecting off of her cup body was incredible. Like the CGI and the sets are gorgeous. I mean they really did a phenomenal job. Same thing with the, whoa, shit. What were their names? What was that? The clock and the clock and the candle bastard. Okay, Lumiere and is it Maurice? No, Cogsworth and Lumiere. Sorry, those two characters. I thought they were rendered beautifully, and I thought they were executed fantastically. Like they were rendered fantastically. I mean, again, the CGI is great. Even the wolves, the fucking wolves, I thought they looked great. For some reason, in the trailers, they kind of felt like looking kind of like those horribly rendered wolves from the Day After Tomorrow. You remember that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal? The wolves in that movie looked horrible, but in Beauty and the Beast, they look great. They look great, awesome. And these two characters, I thought. I mean, the CGI work was great. Again, I think that the musical numbers were just done better in the animated version, but the music sounds good here. The music sounds good here. All the singing sounds fine. Nothing really struck a chord with me like in the animated version. However, there was one song called "Days in the Sun." which had Emma Watson and Ewan McGregor singing on that bitch. For whatever reason, I don't know, call me crazy, but I thought that song was banging. I really liked that song. Really liked that song for whatever reason. I thought it just sounded good. Oh, never mind. Thought I fucked up something. But yeah, that song was probably my favorite song from this film. Just, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, in the animated version, Be Our Guest. I think there's a song just called Belle. I know Gaston has his own song, which takes place during this sequence right here. Yeah, this song, I think maybe it's just called Gaston, but like songs like that for an animated version just sounded better there compared to in this movie. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but hey. Either way, though, the musical numbers in this film, they were sufficient. They were fine. I wasn't like in my seat like, oh shit, but they were fine. They weren't bad by any means. They just, I didn't find the execution of the musical numbers in this film to be like extremely rousing, or like I was like, oh, this is better than animated. Like, no. But by the way, the casting, holy shit, the casting is so on point. I think. Do I think that this is the definitive best modern day live action version of Beauty and Beast that you could do? No. That being said, if they tried to do another live action version of this film, it would be really difficult to have a better cast. I think that Emma Watson, who is just fucking adorable, but I think that Emma Watson was perfectly cast as Belle. Like, perfectly cast. The guy that they got to play Gaston, perfect. Was he in that Dracula movie, I think? But perfect. What's his name? Is his name Luke something? Am I mistaken? What was that guy's name? Oh shit, I'm spacing out on his name. I apologize. But, however, the dude was fucking Luke Evans. My bad. I think it's Luke Evans. But yeah, perfectly cast as Gaston. Josh Gad as I think it's LeFou. Perfect. Everybody was perfectly cast, right? But for the record, I think his character, Josh Gad's character, is supposed to be gay or something like that. Who gives a fuck? And my boy Ewan McGregor, when was it Lemire? When Lemire becomes Ewan McGregor at the very end of the film, the chick that he was with was gorgeous. I was like, no wonder his ass was trying to stop being all flame all these fucking years. He was trying to get back to this. Man, that woman was fine. But is there anything else that I really want to say? I mean, I guess one thing I will say is that I really liked when they got to about this section of the film. I think right around here. One huge positive that I can say about the Beast is that from this point on to the end of the film, I actually began to buy into the chemistry between the Beast and Emma Watson, and they did a great job of making the Beast in this film sympathetic during that gap, from here to the end credits. So kudos to the filmmakers. Even though I was not in love with the visual design of the Beast, they did an awesome job there with the chemistry and the making the Beast empathetic or sympathetic. So I thought that was fantastic. And Emma Watson I thought she was fantastic in this role. Like when when she and the Beast are standing by the rose, and Emma Watson, she's looking in the mirror and she sees her dad is being like locked away, and he's about to be sent to like an insane asylum or something like that, and the Beast tells her that she can go home. Like, her acting in that sequence, just as one example, was fantastic. You really felt her pain, felt like she wanted to leave, but like she wanted to stay with the Beast because she's formed this bond, but she's got this pain for her father at the same time, and the tears welling up. I mean, and then her singing. I mean, I thought she just in these moments right here, where she was like very charming, very cute. I was convinced by her warming up to the Beast, her acting skills there. I thought she did phenomenal, just phenomenal. Just as a random side note, I've always wanted to go into the library that the Beast has. I don't know if I particularly did I snag a picture of that? Oh, I did. But I even as a kid, when I saw this in the animated version, I always wanted to go to that fucking library. Fucking random, but always wanted to. I love to read. I don't know. Is there anything else I want to say? Again, the sets were fucking fantastic. The interior of the castle blew me the fuck away, actually. I'm very curious how they. I would love to see a behind the scenes featurette about that, because they did the damn thing. They did a fantastic job with the exterior and the exterior of the castle, and I thought they did a fantastic job with the snowy outside world here. I thought it really felt enchanted and magical, and yeah. So I thought it's a faithful adaptation, and it's a good time. I think the animated version is better, personally, and I think it's good enough to entertain, and there's way more positives than I would have imagined. I actually found myself kind of digging this movie, but I'm not in love with it. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna go with a 7. Kind of feel like a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad movie by any means. I just don't think that it's superior to the animated version, and I don't think that it's like some modern masterpiece or anything. But it's good. It's definitely good. So I'm feeling like a 7 out of 10, but I think that's all I got to say. Is there anything else I want to say? What was my favorite song from Beauty and the Beast? Animated or not? Well, I guess I should say animated. I don't know. All the songs from the original, I think, are actually really damn good. And I will say, though, I wish that the live action version deviated a little bit. It's like an exact copy of the animated film. But I will say that there were some shots in this live action film that literally made me like recall the animated film in seconds, which blew my fucking mind. So that was pretty cool, actually. Like, it brought some. What the hell is that?
The effort it takes just to begin. If running your first race is life-changing,
okay, I don't know what that is.
Not your first one.
What the hell?
Your first one has to
Hold on.
Get your start with Under Armour, now at Kohl's.
Alright, anyways, that was so random. Anyways, forget that happened, but if you enjoyed this review, definitely make sure to smash that like button and subscribe as well if you haven't already. In the lower right hand corner of the screen, there should be a little circular button. You can tap that to instantaneously subscribe. And I guess that's my cue to get the fuck out.